Parents, so are you ready to deal with denied medical claims? Because this is so much fun, isn't it? It's really not my favorite thing to do, but we have to do it or else we're stuck with the medical bills that insurance denies. So I want to give you some tips on how to deal with them. First of all, you need to get a case manager with your insurance company. And you might call your insurance company and they say, we don't have those. I don't know what you're talking about. And it took me about a month of pursuing it with Anthem till they finally help me locate a case manager. And what a case manager does is fight the insurance company on your behalf. So let's say that your child needs to get a medical procedure that's being denied, or that you're trying to get an out-of-network facility approved for your child. And especially if you have a child with a very rare condition, you have to go somewhere out of network to get treatment for them, then you know how difficult that is to get things approved there. My daughter is treated at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and that is out of network for our insurance, and it is a constant battle to get her treatment approved there. Now that you have found a case manager, you need to figure out how to keep your case manager. So just a tip that I've learned after having a case manager for a few years, that if you don't use them for a while, they will get rid of you and you have to start all over again. So my suggestion is that you, whenever they call, get an update, ask them questions. They're usually a nurse case manager, and so they are in the medical field. They can answer any medical questions you have. And if they call and you say, I don't have any questions right now, then they will think you don't need them anymore. So come up with some questions to ask them every time they call, because number one, you want them to feel useful, and number two, you don't want them to get rid of you, because when you need to get something else approved, you want to be speaking to the same person who's familiar with your child and familiar with the case and can help you get surgeries or procedures approved that you need. And also know that it is possible, although it's not very common, but it's possible to get blanket coverage. So for example, for Cincinnati Children's Hospital for my daughter, I have a 1-year blanket coverage for 45 visits there for her to get treatment there because her condition is so rare. And I had to supply a lot of information to get that. But do know that that is a possibility. I had to get letters from all of her doctors stating her condition. It does take a lot of work to get a blanket coverage and blanket approval for a facility, but every time that we go there, we don't have to do it for each doctor again and again and again. And Anthem did tell me up front that that's not possible, but just know that sometimes it is. So I just wanted to share that with you. So get a case manager, keep your case manager by asking them questions, and know that blanket coverage for facilities is a possibility with some insurance companies. Every month you get these explanation of benefits in the mail, and this is actually a light month for us. Usually I have about 3 times that, but Celia wasn't very ill last month, so that's good. That's good to only have a small pile. I just make 2 stacks. I do claims that they have approved and paid, and then ones that they haven't. And I just keep a working file. I keep a current appeals file, and these are claims that my insurance company has not paid that I'm working on appealing. So my encouragement to you is please, please, please do not just pay bills that they deny. That just because they deny it once does not mean that they are not going to pay it if you appeal it. I'll give you an example of this. Our local children's hospital is in network for us, Kosare Children's Hospital. However, their lab is not in network for us, which makes no sense because I can't choose where that they cross type and match her blood. When she gets a blood transfusion, they do it in the hospital, they send it to their lab, right? So I appealed not only every single lab charge, but I appealed for them to consider that lab as in network for our policy. And I'm not sure if there was a change with the contract at the lab or if they just approved the appeal, but now they pay. Everything is in network with the labs. So even if they deny it first, you appeal it and they deny it, do it again and do it again. Sometimes it takes 3 times of appealing claims before they actually pay them. And I know this is so frustrating. Believe me, I have had to appeal a lot of claims. But it's much better than paying for those medical bills out of pocket, because if you have an individual policy or a group policy with your employer, you know your medical bills are already mounting with just meeting your deductible and co-payments. And so if you add denied claims on top of that, it can really get overwhelming fast. So keep some kind of system. I just keep this on my desk so that I know all current appeals that I'm working with. Whenever you do have a denied claim and you receive a bill for that, call them. Call the hospital or the doctor and let them know, hey, I received your bill. I'm working on this. I have appealed it, so they can put a note in there so it won't go to collections if it takes several months for you to get the appeal worked out. I gotta say, almost everything that I have appealed has been paid. I can't think of one off the top of my head that hasn't been paid, and it's not always the first time. And it's really frustrating, I know, when you get prior authorization, you get prior approval for something, and it comes back denied. And that's so incredibly frustrating, but stick with it. I just want to encourage you to keep appealing. I hope all this information was helpful, and I would love to hear some of your all's ideas too. So please comment below and share with everyone else other ways that you can stay on top of your insurance claims and not get overwhelmed by them. We are in this together. Much love.